The woman had just earned $30 billion for the company, but the very next day, as soon as she stepped through the doors, the boss heartlessly fired her. At first she didn't understand why, but when she saw the boss's brother-in-law take her place, she instantly understood everything. She had always been the company's top sales performer. Whenever the company was close to bankruptcy, it was she who saved the day. 3 months ago, when the company was on the verge of collapse, the boss begged her to step in. Even though she was already at her due date, she still dragged her pregnant body into meetings. Her ability impressed the group president, who agreed to sign a $30 billion contract, on the condition she personally managed it. Though she secured the deal, the stress harmed her health, and her baby was born with a serious congenital illness. Treatment would cost $300,000. Luckily, the company promised her a big bonus from the project. Soon it was the annual meeting, where the boss announced he would choose a new vice president. Everyone believed it had to be her, but to her shock, the boss promoted his brother-in-law instead. She was furious. His team had the most resources, yet achieved nothing, and she had to clean up their mess again and again. The boss even said, since she just had a baby, with heavy family burdens, the only way to stay was to work as the brother-in-law's assistant. Facing such blatant discrimination, she immediately resigned on the spot, but demanded her project bonus. The boss handed her only $200. She finally exploded, shouting that her baby's life depended on that money, but the boss mocked her, saying her greed was the reason for her child's suffering. It had nothing to do with the company. She was enraged, and demanded at least her year-end bonus and salary, together nearly $1 million. But the boss sneered, saying she had already been demoted to assistant, so her pay would only be at assistant level. The brother-in-law pretended to calculate, and handed her $2,500. The woman laughed bitterly, and told them to keep it for medicine, then turned to leave. But her co-workers stopped her. They said she had always helped them, and with her child in urgent need, they could not stand by, so they began crowdfunding money for her. She was deeply moved, but the brother-in-law refused to stop, declaring she was no longer an employee, so all donations would belong to the company. Anyone who opposed would be fired. Everyone was furious, but powerless. He then boasted. The company had already taken her special drug patent, and even stolen her research notes. She had nowhere left to retreat. When she asked if he wasn't afraid of ruining the company's reputation, he smugly replied, they planned to accuse her of delaying projects, and blackmailing the company for higher bonuses. Once word spread, she would be blacklisted from the entire industry. Hearing this, the woman and her colleagues had enough, and decided to resign together on the spot. Just as they were walking out in anger, a voice rang out, stopping the woman in her tracks. Then the president himself walked straight toward her,